No
Do you have
doubt.
any guns, Mike?
Oh yeah, loads. I'm in England. We don't have guns.
Well, I don't know if you're allowed to have like one, maybe.
You can
No,
have silenced shotguns.
we don't have any guns. I mean, so I guess some people when they go clay pigeon shooting have guns, but literally I know nobody who has any weapon
Well,
at
the
all.
royal family have guns. That's what I've. That's one thing that's always struck me as a little weird. That
Oh,
that
that's
like
not
you, Mike, like if you wanted to get a shotgun and go shoot sporting clays, I bet it would be a lot of bullshit for you to go through. You might not even be able to get it done. But the royal family,
I've been before. I mean,
they over there though.
yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, maybe
It
I'm
was like
wrong
this
then.
farming place. So we had like shotgun and snipers and stuff like that.
But I
Do
feel
they
like
give
the
you
royals-
those baggy brown pants that you tuck into socks, and then
Wait.
you go out traipsing about the wilderness.
I feel like the royal family owned those guns though, whereas like you would have a hard time getting ownership, so that you could like have your gun in the back of your Nissan if you wanted.
I don't think you're allowed to do that. I'm not 100% sure what the gun laws are, but we had to go to like a special shooting range. But we didn't actually like have any training. They just pretty much gave us a shotgun and fired the clay pigeons.
And I
just,
assume
like,
you got
shoot.
in your little, you tucked your pants into your boots, you got on your horse, and your beagle chased down the fox. Is that the...
I mean, we killed a rabbit and ate the rabbit, but that's about all we did.
Rabbits good eating. They are good. Very good. They are. They really are. I like rabbits.
There's gonna be deer. Already there are deer. Like they don't like my property. Well, I don't see them in my property. I see their poop sometimes. But across the street, there's deer all the time, and I'm like, man, there's gonna be a lot of deer opportunity for me come this fall.
Wait, you have deer walking around outside your house?
All the time. Yeah, like we'll just be fucking around in the golf cart or something, and it's like, oh, there's like 9 deer over there.
Yeah,
Just
you should
doing
you should shoot
deer
one.
stuff.
Hey, you've never shot a deer, have you?
Me?
I was talking to Woody.
All right.
No, just the squirrel story.
You should shoot a deer. Why not?
Yeah.
Should take
You
its
should.
life,
They're a menace.
cut its heart out. You take a bite.
We're still in the early stages where we love them. We're like, look at the deer! Look at the deer! Aren't they great? That's, yeah. They're so,
Yeah.
they're quite large and like they're real animals. There's like some wildlife going on.
I've been meaning to. I've always wanted to shoot one with my 50 cal, and I was gonna do it last year. I've even got a special bullet. I got a Ralphos round, which is like explosive, and
Of course.
I really want to do it just to see what'll happen. But I just
I
didn't
have
go
a
last year. I was
50
too lazy.
cal.
I think
Be
this
You're
year I'm
gonna
gonna
ruin all the venison that you
I'll
could
shoot
have.
shoot him in the head.
Well, I don't know. I don't know the damage radius of those things. I just imagine just a big red mist of venison.
Yeah.
and
It's not a
blood
mini
just-
nuke.
I imagine if you shoot a deer in the head with an explosive 50 cal, that it hardly has any head left. That there's a little bit of head hanging by some skin.
And you
Yeah.
get that taxidermied, and you have some.
Just like
Oh.
like this flesh hanging everywhere. Just like
It was a 30-point buck. Believe me that.
see that vaporized him. Yeah, I'm gonna do that just to see what'll happen. And then another thing I want to do, I want to go pig hunting this year. Like I'm gonna do that. I'm going out to Texas, gonna get in a helicopter.
Are you bringing me? I got my
huh?
license for that. My license
Yeah.
to kill and be killed.
I will not be killed, hopefully, but
It
I've got
says it
my
right
license
on
too.
there.
Oh, that's right. That's what you had to kill or be killed. That's what it says on his hunting license. That's pretty funny. But yeah, I really want to go shoot those pigs, and I really want to blow some pigs up. Like use some explosives and blow some pigs up. You're allowed to do that there. They're a real menace. $400 million worth of agricultural damage last year alone by wild pigs, feral pigs in the U.S. Non-indigenous species that they are eradicating in crazy ways. Like whatever you want to do. If you're some sick fuck out there and you're like, I always wanted to kill something with a flamethrower, I know guys who have done it. Like people are coming up with some fun ways to kill pigs in Texas.
I want to
Isn't
like.
that kind of dangerous? Those things, like they'll gore you to death if it's a wild pig and there's a group of them, right?
We wanna
You
make-
can't just get close enough to a flamethrower.
You could.
I
Put,
once fought one with a knife.
You didn't hear this story?
You did not.
I did. I killed it.
I don't believe you.
I saw
did.
the video.
We were driving
Just a little
around.
pot-bellied pig.
It was
No,
night
that's smart.
video. They had night vision video.
It was about 250-pound Russian boar. We were driving around these neighborhoods in Houston. We had a permit from the sheriff's department that said by any means necessary, in city limits, out of city limits. So we've got suppressed machine guns, like M4s that are chambered in 300 blackout. night vision, like infrared shit, infrared lasers that you can only see with the night vision. I've got the Apache goggles, so it's like a helmet with the goggles that come down, and we're shooting out the windows, driving around. All of this is perfectly legal there, and we had shot this really big boar, but it was just wounded. They shot it in the butt or something.
Just as a recap, you're driving around, shooting out of a car or truck with night vision goggles and silenced machine guns.
Yeah.
America. Carry on.
America. Big F-350. All the lights are specially like blacked out so they don't see us coming and shit. And so somebody, I don't remember who fired the shot, but they shot the thing in the butt and they just wounded it a bit. Now, I don't want you to think that it was like crippled, because that wasn't the deal. It was just slowed down a little bit. And I tell Scott, because we're making this video, this pig hunting video, I'm like, you should go out there with a knife and finish that fucking pig with a knife. Fight it, cut its throat. That's the big part. That's the payoff at the end of the video. Like, you know, you're going to have shooting these pigs, and then at the end, hand a fucking tusk or whatever. Like, you go in.
The coup de grace of the pig hunting.
And there's like, who's got the biggest knife? And my friend pulls out a pocket knife. It's maybe this long, like handle and blade. Like, it's not much of a knife. And so give it to Scott. We go out through there. I've got the camera and a night vision monocular attached to the camera. And we get out there. He gets within like 8 feet of this thing, and he's kind of like doing this, like poking at it, like trying to get in close to do something. And the pig is like facing off with him. It's going, "Wee! Wee!" Like shaking its head, like doing this. And every now and then it'll run at him, like shaking its head, like trying to cut him with the tusks. And he's just like, fuck this, man. I'm not doing this. So I look, and all of our compatriots are by the truck watching this shit go down with their night vision, like 8 guys. And I'm like, we can't go back empty-handed. I was like, give me that fucking knife. So like, I get the knife, and I get closer and closer to the pig, and finally I kind of dart in, and I stab it in the neck, like kind of like in the back of the neck by the spine. I stab it real hard. The blade goes all the way in, and he reaches in and bites my inner thigh. And I'm gonna, like my inner thigh, like he bit me like.
I hope the next phase of the
Do you have a scar?
storytelling is his pants coming off.
Like right there. No. He bit me. There's a picture on my Twitter if you can go back far enough, and you can see where it bit me though. He bites me right there. It does bleed a little bit, and I scream because he's bitten me, and I don't know if my leg's hanging off now or not. And I kind of like stumbled over him and ended up standing behind him with him in a headlock, and I just started stabbing. And I was just going, and every time I stab, the knife's going like to the hilt. It's just like thud, 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 thud. And I'm just stabbing his neck and just like slashing it, like trying to cut the jugular. And finally, I cut all the way to the bone, like 3/4 of the way around. And the blood's just, and the blood's all over me because I got like my legs wrapped around his neck and my arm wrapped around his neck. And he's fighting as I kill him. And so I'm soaked in blood. I cut his ears off, put them on my necklace, and so we were going to keep the ears from the next day when we wrapped up the video. So I had them in this Walmart bag stained in blood. We were staying at a legit like 5-star hotel. Like there was a grand piano in the lobby, like gold elevators and shit. And I walked straight through that lobby, drenched in blood with a bag of pig ears. Nobody said shit. Kept in my minibar.
So were you actually like screaming and crying a bit as you were stabbing?
No, I didn't say a word. I was going. Like I wasn't being silly about it at all. I was fighting for my life. I felt like too. That was really fun though. And then the other thing, on the way, like I was already drenched in blood. On the way back, we saw a baby deer that had been hit by a car, and it was suffering. And they were like, somebody put it out of its misery, you know. But we're in a neighborhood, and it's like, well, we can't shoot right here. Like this is the street. And I'm just like, well, we got silencers. They're like, nah, we really can't shoot here. Like that's a house. And they're like, well, somebody kill it with a knife. And I'm just like, so I get out, get the baby deer, like its head is like right here. And he's just like, oh, sorry, little guy. I'm so sorry. I'm sorry about all this. And then he just starts kicking. And he's like, his little leg is like kicking like this over and over, just hitting me in the ribs. And I'm just, again, just just cut his throat. So like the second animal throat cutting of the night. So yeah, by the time I got to the hotel, I really was drenched like Michael Myers or something like that. That was an interesting night.
I killed I might have told this story before, but I mercy killed a rabbit once. And it wasn't even a awful jackrabbit like you see in the wild, those big disgusting ones. Like, it was a sweet little bunny that you see in a neighborhood. I was driving my carpool home from school in high school, and I drove and I saw it, and I tried to swerve, and it just jumped the same way that I swerved, and I crushed the entire back part of it. And I saw in the rear view mirror, and the girl that I was driving home, did you hit it? And we look in the rear view mirror, and it's using its two little front paws trying to claw its way off the road. The entire backside is just destroyed, like smashed. And I'm like, okay, we can't leave this thing here to slowly bleed out, start getting eaten alive by some carrion or some bird. I think carrion's what you say about the animal. But so I didn't have anything to kill it with, didn't have any knives or guns, as you shouldn't when you're driving home from school. And so I had my younger brother get out and guide me as I backed up over the head of the rabbit. And he was like pointing like this and that. And the girl was like, is it over? Did we get it? And I'm like, I don't know. He hasn't waved me through. And then you just heard like a dull, like just a crack. And it was over. It was out of its misery.
I had the
you can't leave animals like that.
So I was pulling out of my parents' driveway. I was about 22 years old, 23 years old, something like that. Pull out, make a right, and Todd, the beagle, who was our pet beagle, ran under my front tire. My front tire goes up and over Todd. Ba-blump, ba-blump. Get him with the back tire too. I stop immediately. They're just maybe 15 yards from the driveway entrance. They're on the road. I pull over. I get out. Todd's fucked. Todd's guts are hanging out. So I take my pistol. Pop, pop, pop. Shoot him 3 times in the head. Then
Are you on your way home from school in this situation too?
Nah. No, I was
wondering why you only had a pistol, but carry on.
Pop, pop, pop. Shoot him 3 times in the head, and I look up, and there's like a lady in a sedan, like, like she just watched me execute a dog, and like I didn't know I couldn't leave Todd there, so I like grabbed him by the collar, threw him in the back of my truck, and like sped away. And I can only imagine what she thought. Like I wasn't doing anything bad, but it looked like I was a psychopath. Like it looked like I gunned a dog down point blank and stole the body and then got the fuck up out of there. But never heard anything of that. But
telling all these stories.
Is this a standard thing where you like just walk around with weapons and pistols and shit?
If I think that we're going in a dangerous area. Yeah, I have a gun within 5-10 yards of me right now. A couple guns.
Yeah, I've got a gun in one of the closets
right
back there. I would have one. If you see me, I'm probably strapped.
Every evening,
really?
2 shotguns in the corner.
Man, it is so different in compared to England. That is crazy.
Yeah.
Like, so when I went to Florida, what the...
He just does this.
When I went to Florida, like there was people walking around with pistols, and that was pretty freaking scary coming from Nottingham. It's
concealed carry permit holders, like I am, and I know Kyle is. I don't know if Taylor is. The crime rate amongst us is lower than police.
Wait, what? Sorry.
The stats on people who have concealed carry permits.
Okay.
They commit fewer crimes than the police do.
Yeah, we fuck up fewer times than cops do. The people who carry guns, like citizens.
There seems to be so much stuff in the news of like America and guns and shooting and all that kind of stuff. And
part of the homicide rates are actually way down in America. Like over the last 20 years, they just get better every single year. They act like it's getting worse, but it's not. Even the mass homicides, the things that get attention, like that Charleston thing, that's far less common than it was before. The thing is about America is nobody rips apart America like Americans do. You know, like you'd come here and you'd think we have these huge race issues, but we don't. Like, well, I mean, they exist to some extent, but like every country has some, form of racism that they have to like overcome and deal with. And but no one like America. No one seems to say like, we've got a catastrophe. This place is ruined. There's gun-toting racists everywhere. But that's not really the case. We just talk about our bad spots far more than like the French, for example.
These firearms are being brought to you, of course, by Dollar Shave Club.